Welcome to Crossville Profiles, a venture about the people, pride, and progress of the Cumberland Plateau.
Welcome to Crossville Profiles. I'm Beth Davis with the Cumberland County Mayor's Office, and today on our show we have Christian Melhuish and Calvin Malone from the Cumberland County Playhouse, and we're going to talk today about Plaid Tidings. Thanks for being on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
So Plaid Tidings, I know there have been other plaids in the past, but kind of give us an overview of what Plaid Tidings is.
So the original show, Forever Plaid, chronicles our first return to Earth after we were T-boned in a bus accident in 1964. So we come back and get to do the concert that we never got to do. And this kind of chronicles our second return back to Earth and the second chance we didn't think that we'd have. So it's us getting to do that also with some holiday themed things.
Yeah. It's us getting to, when we're first brought back, we don't necessarily know why we're brought back. And it takes a little while to figure out why we're there again. But we eventually find out that we're there to do our holiday show. And then it translates into the Christmas theme.
Okay, perfect, which is perfect for this time of year. Now, is it in the Adventure Theater?
Yes.
Or,
Yes.
Okay, which is always fun. And what are the run dates on that again?
It closes December 19th.
Mm-hmm.
Right before Christmas. Okay,
Absolutely.
so perfect. So tell us a little bit about the cast and the characters of Plaids.
So we have two others that are,
Right, so you're two of
yes,
these.
two of them. The Cumberland County Playhouse did the first Forever Plaid, I believe 2019. And the two others that are not here were in the first one.
Okay.
And they played, Justin Burr played the role of Smudge, the bass of the group, and Paul Gary played Sparky, who is the baritone of the group.
Good.
And I play Jinx, and
I play Frankie. I sing second tenor. He sings first. High tenor.
into the rafters.
All right.
We're kind of four nerds, and you come to find out that more during Forever Plaid that we our only outlet really was music, and these four guys kind of bonding together over being outcasts and getting to rehearse these things. We didn't really have friends or outside activities, so this kind of was our life. So it's these four innocent guys who are in their teens getting to come back and finally do the one thing that makes them happy.
So since it is, it's all relative around all the fabulous songs, what are some of the songs that we can expect to hear?
there are songs that we start out with, like Strangers in Paradise is one of our first ones, and then we sing Shaboom, which is also pretty well known too. And
we go into some unexpected territory. We have a Besame Mucho, which is a medley, also with another number that's Kristen's First Big Sell, which is great. And then kind of from that point on, it's lots of medleys after medleys, but you get to hear like a whole gamut of big songs before we get to Christmas songs, which is great. And then of course you hear most of your Christmas classics and favorites.
Yeah, and that'll get everybody going.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, so it's my understanding that the music is played live on stage. So tell us about how it was to work with a live band and in an adventure theater.
Yeah.
So very close.
Yes, very much.
it's amazing to work with, especially the guys that we have. When we were doing our rehearsals with just the piano in the rehearsal room, it didn't compare to our first rehearsal with the piano and the bass and the drums. And in the space too, it's just so overpoweringly great, I want to say.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah, there's pros and cons, of course, to using tracks as well. The nice thing when you have tracks that are played electronically, it's always consistent. You're never going to have a change in tempos, you know that. But there's nothing like having live instruments on stage, and having the phenomenal jazz trio that we have really helps elevate us. Like our first rehearsal was really strong, and like Kristen said, singing with the piano was wonderful. But when we brought in the rest of the trio, it really we realized how the songs were supposed to feel and sound like. So it kind of set us there.
Yeah, I like the word elevated. That's what happens, and I think it would make it not challenging for you, but make it better for
It
you.
makes it so much easier.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Also makes us want to like raise our game, because we kind of got to a place where we were very comfortable and the show was good, and then you have these outside people come in who are also incredible, and it just ups the ante and takes everything to the next level.
Oh, yeah.
And they're also part of the performance as well.
Oh, okay.
Whenever we, I know our pianist, Ron Murphy, he
Yeah.
has some moments in the show where he has to do some improvising. He's fantastic.
Yeah.
Or just sometimes I'll find myself turning around and looking at them playing,
Uh-huh.
and they're just jamming the whole time. It really adds a different aspect to the
Absolutely.
show.
So when you talk about plaids, what comes to mind is the harmonization. So tell us about those challenges of those tight harmonies.
It's tricky. I had done the original Forever Plaid like years and years ago, and as Christian said, both Justin and Paul had done it as well.
Okay.
But it was the first time, I guess the four of us had all been in the same room. It's very difficult, but we are very blessed to have a cast that has great ears, strong ear training, and a lot of times when we were playing those really, what we like to call like crunchy sections where the notes are just really stacked on top of each other, we'd rehearse with our pianist and play those. We'd like take the two lines that were like note by note
Wow.
and play them against each other, and it's great ear training, and I think it really helped to our
Yeah.
blend that we have now, which I feel like is really solid.
Which in the end creates the masterpiece,
Oh, for sure.
right?
It's incredible arrangements, yeah.
Right. Well, I have a lot more questions to ask, but we're going to have to take a short break, and we'll be right back with Crossville Profiles.
Welcome to the Crossville Cumberland County Tourism Channel. If you would like to see your business, organization, or event on this channel, please call 931-484-4546.
Welcome back to Crossville Profiles. We've been speaking with Christian and Calvin from the Cumberland County Playhouse, and they're two of the cast members from Plaid Tidings, which we're all kind of familiar with some of the Forever Plaid shows that have been in the past. And before break, we were talking about the harmonization and all of those those challenges. But when we're talking about songs, and you talked about some of the songs, what are some of the familiar songs that we might hear, or maybe nostalgic moments that we might be touched by? You know.
There are, to me, I think there are three moments in the show musically where the show kind of stops, in terms of like most of the songs we do are big, you know, and they're big and they're jazzy, we have these tight harmonies, they're kind of over the top, and there are three really intimate moments musically in the show where the kind of orchestration is kind of stripped down and made a lot more simple.
Oh.
To me, at least if I were an audience member seeing a show like that where everything is big, you kind of earn those moments where it gets quiet, makes them like lean forward on their seats, and those are all three Christmas songs.
Okay.
But like some of the classics, the ones that everybody loves, and the moments that lead up to those, there's a bit of storytelling that goes into that, and it kind of strikes a chord with us as characters, but you can tell in the audience too, there's usually a lot of misty eyes and such.
Oh, great.
Yeah, it's very nostalgic to sing all those Christmas songs,
Yeah.
especially because there's so much chaos in the show.
So much.
It's controlled chaos.
Yes.
But chaos
Controlled
nonetheless. And then you get to these moments where the mood dims down, and it's just beautiful, and the harmonies themselves too. Everything is
And
just.
when you talk about these moments, and I'll ask this out of both of you, what is your favorite moment of the show?
My favorite moment of the show is definitely. I can say the song, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our last song in the show is "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas."
Oh, yes, I love that.
And it's after the big finale, which is 3 parts, and we just sit there and we just sing to the audience.
Aw.
And every night it's difficult to get through because
Very much so.
it's just very
Really? That's
emotional.
really great.
Yeah, it's
Can
very
I,
emotional.
and it comes full circle too with for those who have seen the first show, it adds another layer too. Everyone who's watched this show gets to see our journey throughout.
Right, and the characters.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
And this
okay.
coming really to the second chance they didn't think they were going to get, and it's kind of beautiful the way it wraps up. For me, I think Justin actually has a monologue and a song in Act 1 that chokes me up every night. It's fun. It's just him on stage for probably about 10 minutes,
Yeah.
him talking to the audience and then singing this medley of Most Wonderful Time of the Year, and then a song that I don't think any of the four of us had heard before. It's a Christmas song that a lot of people don't know. I think it's just called
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. But it's beautiful, and it's the first moment, at least in the show that I was referring to, of those three, where the show stops and really you get to focus. The controlled chaos is stripped away, and you're just there with one person.
Okay.
And he has such a gorgeous voice, and it's a really, really special moment in the show.
That's great.
Let me get a water break.
Yeah, that's very important.
That is one of your favorite moments of the
Yes,
show.
absolutely.
So who should come and see Plaid Tidings? Is it for all ages? Is it, appropriate for everybody?
Very much.
Definitely for all ages.
Yeah.
I think there are certain age groups that will understand it more so,
Mhm.
references, and like we do a whole song about the Ed Sullivan Show, and
And the Perry Como segment as well, which really, that older generation that's been around and got to see that when it happened, when it came out live, it's really
Yeah.
special for them. But just like the song says, from ages 1 to 92, I mean, it really is, like, for everyone.
Okay, great. Well, okay. So let's talk about when the show is running again. It runs through, you said, December
19th.
the 19th. And tell our audience how they can get tickets.
They can go to our website, which is ccplayhouse.com, and you can get tickets right there. Or you can call our box office.
Okay. All right, guys, thanks so much for being on our show today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it so much. I'd also like to thank the staff and students of Gateway Productions, and thank you for watching